So today we are going to take a deep dive into something pretty interesting, a poetry collection called Omnibus Poetry 1924, Yuwang Desire by Manuel del Valle Colón.
Oh, wow.
And one of the really cool things about this poetry collection is that it seems to have come about from this sort of exchange between the poet and some Chinese tutors.
Interesting.
And just kind of the free-flowing nature of how the Chinese metaphors for desire kind of sparks some inspiration. So it's centered around the core idea of desire.
Okay.
But it kind of branches out into all these other really interesting topics.
Okay.
Fluency, dreams, fears, rhythm.
Wow.
And even kind of abrupt endings.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're going to kind of unpack all that today.
What I find fascinating right off the bat is this cross-cultural thing. You know, to have English poetry, but it's so informed by the metaphors of another language.
Yeah.
Cool. Especially with something like desire, right? So
Yeah.
personal, such a fundamental thing.
Right, yeah.
It makes you wonder how those Chinese metaphors shaped how this guy was thinking.
Totally. Yeah, and to really understand the viewpoint from which these poems are coming, I think it's worth taking a moment to consider Manuel del Valle y Colón himself.
Okay.
So he was born in East Harlem, New York City in October 1948.
Okay.
Spent his early life in the Carver and Douglas housing projects. He graduated from Brooklyn Technical High School.
Oh, wow.
And during his high school years, he was super involved with Aspire.
Oh, really?
Even served as the Issues and Actions Chairman for the Aspire Clubs Federation.
Oh.
And through that, he got to meet some really influential figures like Antonia Pantoja, Fernando Ferrer.
I bet that early involvement with these organizations really instilled in him a sense of social dynamics, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Individual ambition versus the forces at play in society.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine it not influencing how he looks at desire.
Right.
Not just personal longing, but within that social context.
Exactly.
Fascinating.
Yeah, and his academic journey is just as interesting. So after high school, he did a year at Yale, post-grad, went to Wesleyan University for a bit, even studied abroad in Madrid.
Wow.
And then he transferred to Princeton University, where he majored in history, Latin American studies, and Afro-American studies.
Oh, that's a really diverse academic background.
Yeah, yeah. And while he was at Princeton, he actually founded the Latino organization on campus.
That's amazing.
And was also really instrumental in establishing a seminar on Puerto Rican history and politics.
So impactful even as a student.
Yeah, totally. And his senior thesis was about the history of Puerto Rican students in public education.
Wow.
And get this, part of that thesis ended up being used in the Asperity Board of Education case.
That's incredible.
You don't know, right?
Really shows that commitment to social justice early on.
Yeah.
And not just commitment, but he's combining that with a deep understanding of how history and politics work.
Right.
How they affect individual lives.
Yeah.
And it's all coming out in his writing. At that time, this adds so much depth to his later poetry.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Keep going. What happened after Princeton?
Well, he taught at Phillips Andover Academy.
Okay.
And then he went to Yale Law School, graduated in 1974.
Another Ivy.
I know.
Alongside some pretty big names, too.
Right, like Clarence Thomas and Lonnie Guarnier.
No kidding.
Yep. And even during law school, he kept teaching and even founded the undergraduate Puerto Rican organization, Despierta Boricua.
Wow.
Some of his former students are pretty notable, too.
Oh, yeah. Like who?
Eduardo Pedro, Gilbert Caselas.
Huh.
Yeah, so...
What strikes me most is this guy is always engaging,
Uh-huh.
right? He's got this academic side, but he's also right there in the thick of real-world problems.
Yeah.
Social justice stuff, always focused on the Puerto Rican experience.
Right.
That's got to give his poetry such a grounded and multifaceted perspective.
Definitely, yeah.
This is more than just armchair philosophy.
Exactly, yeah. So after law school, he worked as a trial attorney with the Puerto Rican Legal Defense and Education Fund.
Okay.
And there he was involved in the Espero case, as well as Pabon v. Levine.
I see.
He's been admitted to the bar in a ton of places. New York, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, even the U.S. Supreme Court.
Really?
Yeah, and various federal courts.
Well.
And he spent over a decade as a trial attorney with the U.S. Department of Labor.
Okay.
He's held adjunct professorships at Fordham University, Princeton University.
Getting around.
Yeah, Yale College, and New York Law School.
Wow.
He's even got a Rockefeller Foundation fellowship to study at the London School of Economics.
Impressive.
I know. And a Ford Foundation fellowship to research national origin discrimination.
Really?
Yep.
So he's really been everywhere.
Yeah, he's also been a partner in a law firm, chief administrative of the New York State Division of Human Rights.
Okay.
And he's held leadership roles in healthcare organizations.
So this is not some ivory tower poet. This is someone who's seen it all, experienced life.
Right.
From the intimate stuff to the big political picture, scholarly research, legal battles.
Yeah.
All of it. So when we look at his poetry, we have to keep that in mind, right?
Right, yeah.
This depth and breadth of experience.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, how does that understanding of law and human rights and cultural identity shape how he sees something like desire?
Right, so let's start to kind of unpack some of that by diving into a few of the poems.
That was good.
The title poem, Yuwang Desire, offers a really, I think, intricate and maybe even a little bit critical take on desire.
Oh, how so?
It calls desire a chant to a goddess of doubtful value.
Ooh, that's interesting.
What do you make of that?
Well, that skepticism right off the bat tells us something, doesn't it? It's like he's saying, yeah, desire is powerful, but watch out.
Right.
It can be a hollow kind of power, even harmful.
Yeah.
And that phrase, prolix organs of muted distance, is, well, it's unsettling. Like a picture of our desires as these elaborate but disconnected machines, maybe even keeping us from really knowing ourselves. This poem kind of subverts your expectations right away.
Yeah.
Like desire is not this simple positive force.
Right.
It might actually be rooted in past hurts and not real fulfillment.
Yeah, and it goes on to say that desire leads to remorse and the awakening of subconscious echoes of abuse and intolerance.
That's a heavy progression.
Yeah.
It suggests that going after some desires can bring up old wounds, you know, and even make those harmful patterns worse.
Right.
Then you have this image of a bereft child and a dominating ego of a starry-eyed parent. It adds this whole other dimension, right? Unmet needs from childhood.
Yeah.
Or parents with these unrealistic expectations. Like, that stuff fuels unhealthy desires later in life.
And the poem's fragmented sense of time.
Yeah.
These compartmentalized units of irrelevant murmurings.
Wow.
It kind of feels like desire is this distraction from actually being present, leading to lives not fully lived.
Right.
And dreams eschewed by the reality of a tormented smile.
It makes you think, what are we giving up for what we think we want?
Exactly.
Based on all this, what comes to mind for you about the downsides of desire?
Yeah, it definitely makes you stop and think about it a little more deeply. So moving on to Crown of Poverty.
Okay.
This poem goes in a totally different direction.
Oh, yeah. How so?
It portrays poverty as something majestic and aloof.
Wow. That's definitely not how we usually think about it.
Right.
Challenging our assumptions right there.
Yeah.
But how does it do that?
Well, the emptiness of the crown, that's actually what makes it strong.
Okay.
You know, it's impervious to the shrill expressions and cries that forged it.
Interesting.
Untouched by despair and anguish.
I see.
It's like, yeah, there's material lacking, but there's this unyielding core.
But even though it's empty, it's strong.
Right.
Like a paradox.
Yeah.
Poverty having a kind of majesty because it's been stripped down to the bare essentials.
Yeah, and the poem goes on to talk about being betrothed to hope.
Okay.
And waiting for a new generation to impale the past and usher in the age of the cosmic race, La Nueva Raza de Aztlán.
That's a pretty powerful call for change.
Yeah, it is.
Especially with his background. You know, all the social justice work, focus on the Puerto Rican and Latino experience, cosmic race and La Nueva Raza de Aztlán are all about renewal and liberation.
Yeah.
So the poem is saying, even in poverty, there's dignity and this belief in a better future.
Okay, let's shift gears a little and talk about fluency.
Okay.
This poem takes the concept of fluency beyond just language, you know, talking about broken English, broken Spanish, even broken dreams.
Oh, interesting.
And it seems to say that there's a kind of fluency in those fragments, too.
I see, like those broken pieces are part of who we are.
Yeah, and the poem uses this image of being made of patches, a patchwork of fluent possibility.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like instead of looking at those things as deficits, they become a different kind of strength, a resilient kind of capability.
Right. And that definitely resonates with Del Valle's own experiences, right?
Sure.
Growing up in East Harlem, Puerto Rican heritage, different educational settings, professional environments.
Yeah. He must have been switching between languages and cultures all the time.
Exactly.
His life embodies that patchwork idea.
Totally. So moving on to Dance of Dreams. This poem has a much more positive and appreciative tone.
Oh, okay. How so?
It describes someone who is distilled, filtered, reconstructed in the dim light of wisdom and understanding.
There's a real sense of admiration there.
Yeah, it's like they've been through a lot,
Yeah.
refined by their experiences.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And they're bridging distances through storytelling
Okay.
and staying present in the moment, you know?
Yeah.
But also in the hopes of future generations.
So they're connected to both the past and the future. I love that line. You are present in the quandary of today's struggles as you thrive unknowingly in the dreams of generations that still believe in dreams.
Yeah, it's powerful.
There's a real sense of timelessness there. And hope.
Yeah, and this belief in dreams being carried on.
It's interesting how this view of dreams is much more optimistic compared to how desire is portrayed in the first poem.
Right, yeah.
Maybe it's suggesting that dreams, when they're guided by wisdom, are more fulfilling than just going after whatever you desire.
Okay, so next up we have fears.
Yeah.
This poem is really personal, almost like a ritual about getting rid of anxieties by leaving them in the ocean waters of Luquillo's beach.
Wow.
Which is a place clearly connected to family and friends for the poet.
I see. So there's this personal connection to the place.
Yeah, and the poem is so simple, but it really works.
Right.
It's like the act of going into the water, this space shared with loved ones.
Yeah.
It becomes symbolic, a way to cleanse yourself of fears.
And come back to that sense of freedom.
Exactly.
It really shows how important our connections are and familiar places, especially when we're struggling emotionally.
Okay, on to Until. This poem is a meditation on time and love and excitement.
Okay.
And it sees life as this kind of repetition in countless ways, punctuated by these really meaningful moments of human connection.
I like that. The repetition with these bright spots of connection.
Yeah, exactly. And it emphasizes how we can overcome barriers, you know, through courage and trying different approaches.
Right. It's like a reminder to really value those fleeting connections.
Yeah.
Amidst all the repetition.
So shifting gears again, Sounds of Hooves takes on a much more dramatic and kind of ominous tone.
Okay.
It uses this vivid imagery of racing hooves as a warning sign, you know, travail, tears, and tragedies.
Oh, wow.
And it sets up this contrast between this permanent reality and the ever-changing world.
Yeah, that rhythm, clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. It really makes you feel that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Like something bad is coming.
Right.
It feels like it's about that tension between wanting stability, but knowing everything keeps changing.
Exactly. But even with that unease, there's this single ray of hope coming from a very first smile.
So even with all the bad stuff, there's still that resilience.
Yeah, and the poem ends with this idea of rising above the difficulties, freeing your soul from those sounds of hooves.
Yeah, even when things are hard, there's that hope that you can get through it.
Exactly. Okay, so Marks Your Way is a very tender poem. All about empathy, you know, sharing emotions. There's a line, share your tears with me.
Wow.
And it talks about looking forward to future joys, guided by the light of wisdom.
Sharing sorrow, but also looking towards brighter times.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that shared experience plus the wisdom you gain. That's how you heal.
Right. And then your eyes.
Okay.
It depicts eyes as this embodiment of aspiration.
Boldness, even in a chaotic world.
Eyes are powerful.
Yeah, and they're presented as teaching self-reliance through the knowledge of the sages.
Like a window to the soul, right?
Yeah.
Passing down ancient wisdom.
Exactly.
To help you navigate life.
Okay, and then there's Ocean.
Okay.
Which is a super simple poem, just short lines repeating this action of being submerged in the water. Noticing things like murky water, goggles.
Just basic sensory details.
Yeah.
I think sometimes the most powerful experiences are best described simply, you know, just that repetition of being enveloped by the water.
Yeah.
It could be a return to something basic, like a cleansing.
Okay, so Flighty deals with the idea of endings.
Okay.
But it almost rejects the idea of things being final.
Oh, interesting.
It uses this metaphor of a butterfly's journey to show how things can persist, even after physical death.
So, like, even though the butterfly's gone, its impact is still felt.
Right. Reality ripples through the tides of time. That's a great line.
Yeah, and there's this description of the self as Formless, fearless, fruitful, flowing, even flighty.
It's like a declaration of freedom, breaking free from those limitations.
Okay, now we have these paired poems, Eternal Silence and The Heart Rules.
Okay.
They offer different ways of carrying the memory of someone who's died.
Wow.
One is this physical burden on my back, and the other is emotional in my heart.
I see.
And the poems show this shift in perspective, realizing that holding the person in your heart actually lightens the load and makes you stronger.
So it's not about forgetting.
Right.
It's about how you carry the memory.
Yeah, and the last line, or in the end, like in the beginning, the heart rules.
Power.
It's all about that enduring strength of love.
Okay, so what about eternal and rhythm?
Right. So they both kind of explore transcending limitations and challenging the past to create this new age of equality. They emphasize sleeping away doubt and fear and listening for the sound of the eternal.
It's about this internal transformation, connecting to something bigger.
Right. And the first two lines of eternal are repeated in rhythm.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
It's like he's emphasizing those ideas.
Exactly. What's next?
Okay, so collapse starts with this super vivid and sensual encounter.
Okay.
Then there's this feeling of energy being transmitted across distances. And it ends with this really striking image.
What is it?
Being part of a background of universes about to collapse.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, it's definitely open to interpretation.
It could be about the impermanence of reality, or maybe how everything is connected, or even just feeling insignificant compared to the cosmos.
Yeah, it's a very unsettling ending.
Definitely makes you think.
So Permission is a very raw, emotional poem addressed to a loved one who's passed away. And it expresses this feeling of not having been consulted about their death. Yeah, that feeling of helplessness.
Right. But it also acknowledges the irrevocable rendezvous with our predetermined state.
Like intellectually, death is inevitable.
Yeah.
But emotionally, it's still hard.
Exactly.
And there's that commitment to honoring the person by helping others.
Right. So Atomic Dawn is a stark look at nuclear destruction.
Okay.
It asks, what's the point of hiding from something like that?
Wow.
And it criticizes human arrogance.
Yeah, the imagery is terrifying. It's a warning against thinking we have control.
Right.
Reminding us how fragile everything is.
Yeah, nothing stands and all must fall.
So powerful.
And then Spark comes at mortality from a different angle.
Oh, yeah.
It accepts that we will merely cease to be, but it emphasizes the importance of love as the only meaningful thing that can last.
So even though we die, love persists.
Right. It's the spark that can sustain the world.
I see.
Okay, so in Turn Back the Clock, there's this longing for a deeper appreciation of each moment, rather than wanting more time,
Yeah, I get that.
And there's this regret for spending time on obligations instead of cherishing moments with loved ones.
Right, like a child's smile or holding hands.
Yeah, exactly.
It's those simple moments that really matter.
Right. And then Latino Dreams.
Okay.
It's full of cultural references,
Like what?
Rancheras, boleros, salsa, bachata.
Okay.
Chicano accents, Puerto Rican, high fives.
Sounds lively.
Yeah, it's all about the energy and strength found in shared experiences and struggles, unified by this rising sun of Latino dreams.
It's a celebration of culture and resilience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, so Abrupt Endings uses the image of a book ending suddenly to show how sudden death can be.
Yeah, you never know when it's coming.
Right, and it emphasizes how important those simple human connections are.
It's a reminder to appreciate what we have. Those small moments of connection.
Yeah, smile on a child's face, warmth of a stranger's hand, love of one's beloved.
Yeah, those are the things that really matter in the end.
Okay, so Glimpse kind of has this stream of consciousness feel.
Okay.
It puts these everyday things next to really profound moments of insight.
I see.
And it ends with this feeling of being supported by the universe.
It's like those moments of clarity that pop up in the middle of chaos.
Right.
And the idea that there's something bigger than us.
Exactly. Humbling tide of comeuppance and finding beauty in the simplest things, Sigh of a child, smile of an aging one. East Harlem depicts leaving behind the struggles of the ghetto.
Right.
But holding on to your roots. And it uses the Puerto Rican flag as a symbol.
Of identity.
Yeah.
You can embrace change without losing where you came from.
Right.
That's powerful.
Jump feels like this invitation to be playful.
Okay.
have adventures. It contrasts that carefree spirit of childhood.
With the more serious adult world.
Yeah, but it ultimately says that taking risks is important.
Yeah, you have to jump in sometimes.
Exactly. Jump, fall, it's all part of learning and growing.
Yeah, breaking free from those limitations.
Right.
Embracing all the possibilities out there.
Okay, now we have fractured contortions.
Okay.
This one is more critical. It uses these fragmented images to represent ghettoized reality.
I see.
And maybe even societal biases.
Okay.
And it suggests that art and observation can help us see those deeper truths.
Yeah, it's about looking beyond the surface to see the inequalities.
Exactly.
And art can help us do that.
Right. So Silhouette focuses on admiration and memory. And that lasting connection with someone you love. It acknowledges their independence.
Yeah.
But still feels that sense of belonging.
Right. And shared history.
It's about the different ways we love and remember.
Okay. Hugs explores shared wisdom.
Okay.
Emotional connection and that feeling of enduring presence.
Through hugs.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
The hug becomes a symbol of understanding.
And commitment.
And the poem uses this metaphor of turning pages.
Oh, I like that.
To show that shared journey, you know?
Yeah, learning and growing together.
Exactly.
Okay, what's next?
Quantum
Okay.
offers a really interesting critique of digital life.
Yeah.
This feeling of being reduced to data points.
Yeah, like you're just a collection of information.
Right. And it advocates for disconnecting.
Okay.
To regain that sense of freedom and wholeness.
Reclaiming your individuality.
Yeah, and then the projects.
Okay.
So it uses the physical structure of those buildings, you know, how vertical they are, as a metaphor for a limited perspective.
Interesting.
Contrasted with the idea of circles.
Which represents what?
A truer understanding of ourselves, you know.
I see. So the verticality is limiting.
Yeah.
But the circles are more whole, more complete.
Exactly.
Okay, makes sense.
Continuity is all about wanting that connection and shared learning to continue across generations. It envisions building a bridge of continuity.
Linking the past and the future.
Right, and it acknowledges that chance and randomness play a role too.
It's about those relationships and passing knowledge on.
Right, building on what came before.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so finally, Illusions closes out the main part of the collection with all these thought-provoking questions.
About what?
Perception, reality, existence, you know.
Wow, deep stuff.
Yeah, it contrasts things like light and darkness, ignorance and brilliance.
Oh, okay.
Dreams and nightmares.
It's question what's real.
Right, and it ends with this question. Shall it always only begin, or is it all an illusion?
It really makes you think.
Yeah.
About the nature of reality.
And then the last conversation, it makes you think about those final moments and the things left unsaid.
Yeah.
It says that no matter what, you should just say, I love you.
That's a good reminder.
Yeah.
You never know when your last conversation will be.
Right. So Manuel de Valle Colón's Omnibus Poetry 90 Years, 2024. Yuwang Desire. It's a collection with so much depth.
Yeah.
So many different themes.
And his personal history, all those experiences, they give his poetry such a unique voice.
Yeah, it's a really insightful way to look at desire, but also identity, memory, loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ultimately, hope.
Right. I definitely recommend checking out the full collection.
Okay.
Spend some time with these poems.
Yeah.
See what resonates with you.
I will.
And think about this.
Okay.
In your own life, what are those seemingly small moments of connection or appreciation that might actually have the most meaning?
Good question.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
Or any sources you think would be cool to explore in the future.
I'll let you know.
Awesome. Thanks again.
Anytime.